All right, guys, welcome. Good morning, everybody. Well, good afternoon.
Washington. It's Thursday night football.
We got Chicago at Seattle. We got to get that W. Still getting used to it. Preseason. Let's go. There we go. Be back shortly. There it is. Crap.
It is a sound like no
All right.
They raised that 12th man flag here in Seattle, and we just heard
Chicago at Seattle.
It's time for football at Lumen Field. Tonight we move on to week 2 of the
Still preseason.
Got a good matchup
Getting
here
used to the
between
game.
The Chicago Bears and the Seattle Seahawks.
We're going to try to get the W today. Not good to lose at home.
Brandon Gaunt and Charles Davis, happy to be back alongside you. And I'll tell you what,
yes,
it's just week 2 of the preseason, but now they've got one game under their belts. And a lot of guys trying to prove some stuff down on the field here today.
Not only that,
we're going to kick off today.
Coaches like to win. And I used to think it really didn't matter who won in the preseason. And
Let's go.
Some of those shows that the NFL does. And you see the coaches in preseason after a loss jumping all over their guys. So I learned one valuable lesson. Wins and losses count no matter what time of year it is.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Get a look at this Seahawk offense as they come out there. And the quarterback brought in as part of that big offseason trade. Now in his 4th NFL season, Drew Lock.
It wasn't the easiest of times in Denver for Drew Lock, who was unseated after a single 4-win season as the Broncos starter. The Russell Wilson trade sent him to a fresh start and a starting opportunity with the Seahawks. Maybe a change of scenery is exactly what's needed to bring the potential out of the former second-round pick.
Throwing right away, here's Lock. And the catch is made here by Tyler Lockett.
Hope everybody's having a good afternoon today.
Up a 7 past the 30 to the 32. I think defensively you're okay with that. Here in the first quarter, he's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that, you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch. Now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
Lock now on first down. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
So now here in the second week of the preseason, you'd expect the starters play a little bit more than they did in week 1, but not a whole lot.
So if you're an offensive coordinator, what are you looking for?
What you're looking for is things getting cleaned up as you go along, because most of your playbook's probably installed. How well are they handling it? Easy in and out of the huddle, no mental mistakes? Are they starting to look like a good offensive football team?
And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. A lock-finding fan for the Seahawk first down.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
This is the Oklahoma State alum, Chris Carson. He'll be taken down.
Good job, guys.
48 for a pickup of 2 yards.
He's definitely tough to get down. We just saw it right there, but how about what we did see? Pursuit, wrap up, and then the big finish with the tackle.
Now a play fake, and here's Lock. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. End zone.
He caught it. Wow, good throw.
Seattle.
Wow.
DK Metcalf. 48 yards. And the Seahawks
48-yard strike. Goodness. I thought I'd get the pick, but
and partner, they found a gap there on the
I got to see that again.
And it was in the middle third of the field.
And that's really
Wow.
difficult to do because ordinarily the safeties are back there to prevent that happening. But they found the opening and exploited it.
Wow, 48-yard strike. That was nice, Lock. That was nice. 36, where was you at, my guy?
Jason Myers.
Preseason, man. We're still getting adjusted.
And this will give the Seahawks
on the board first.
That time a 6-play drive. And it's DK Metcalf who finishes things off with a
Metcalf, I was hoping he would come to the Bears.
Unit for the Seahawks out there on the field, and we are ready to rock. From the 6. And he won't quite make it to the 25. Here come the Bears, and at the helm is someone that they have a lot of hopes for leading this franchise. The 11th pick in 2021 out of Ohio State, Justin Fields.
Coming out of Ohio State, one of the top prospects in the NFL draft, and it was so big that they moved up in the draft to get him, to make sure that they had him. And boys, he got the full package. Loves the game, big-time arm, 4.4 speed, so good.
There's my favorite play.
Quarterback prospect said to him, "What's it feel like to run 4.4?
My favorite
wants
play.
to be that fast."
See what's up. See what we can do with it.
Play action. It's Fields. Steps away. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. A nifty bit of scrambling there. 12 yards, first down.
Partner, the good ones have a clock running in their head, okay? Because it says something like this: I've got this many seconds to find a target. After that, I have to tuck it and try and get some yardage on this first down snap. He doesn't just get
Man,
some
he's so
yards, though.
quick.
He gets a big gain, and they'll come right back with another 1st and 10.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. First carry now for David Montgomery. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down.
Well, at the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back to huddle, feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run, but the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
And now a pass dumped off to his running back. Only a yard
3rd and
there,
5.
sniffed out well defensively, and it brings up 3rd.
Good reactions there defensively. That screen was a little slow in developing, and they shut that one down with little gain.
They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. Here's Fields. That's incomplete, but there is a flag.
Didn't go nowhere with
so
it.
hang on.
Intentional grounding.
Coming on 3rd down. Now, if you're going to get rid of it, you better get outside the pocket.
You have to get outside of that tackle-to-tackle.
Terrible.
Right?
Didn't get out of the pocket.
Do it legally, but he wasn't able to do so, and they end up losing the down as well.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. Returnable for Lockett. So a good punt, but a solid 12-yard return. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. Seattle's offense coming back onto the field, ready for their 2nd drive. Well, just 2 series in here, Charles, but everything's gone to script so far. They got a touchdown on their first drive. Their defense holds, and now they've got a chance to take a 2-score
Good job, defense. Come on, baby.
With you, exactly the start they scripted up. And really, that kind of start, that can set the tone for the game for them.
And Charles, we get a look there at the draft class for this offense. What do you make of it?
Well, overall, I like the balance of the guys that they selected because, to me, they got a few guys who can step in and play right away, which is exactly what you want. But they also drafted for the future as well. They've got some guys who might need a year or 2 on the practice squad, so then we'll find out if they can actually play.
That's the first catch of the game for Goodwin. It's a 1st down.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
They're going to get about 3 here out of this 1st down run, and that'll bring up 2nd and 7.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Now Locke. Noah Fant with a
Come on,
catch.
boys.
Crossing route. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. First down Seattle on a pickup of 13. Here's Locke to throw. And this will go to Carson out wide. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. 10 more there and another first down.
Well, it's almost as if they didn't leave the field after their first drive. They picked right up where they left off. Another good throw there. And this offense, humming here in the early going.
Nice, bat it down.
Throw knocked away and incomplete.
Well, they've been back on their heels a little bit here on this drive, but a chance to exhale just a little bit there with incompletion on first down. Now they have to gear up, try and get 2 more stops and escape this drive.
They'll try again from the 36 on 2nd and 10. From the gun, it's Locke. And this a quick slant to Lockett. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Bears' 22-yard line. Locke now to throw. He's got his big tight end, Fant.
I like the thought process, I like the design, but I think he may have waited a little too long to spot his man, because if you're going to run that drag route, you've got to put it on him and let him turn upfield. Instead, he waits until his receiver's too close to the sideline, and they don't get the yard.
Good job, 53, whatever your name is.
Nothing doing.
Morrow,
He's
good job.
taken down at the line of scrimmage.
Still got to learn all the people, new people.
Gain on the play, and they're left with a 3rd and 8.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
Here's Locke. And
Good job, baby.
Intercepted.
Good job.
The Bears force the turnover. They'll take over at the 10.
Definitely not the ideal
We
time
needed
to
that.
see that mistake, partner, because this is still a one-possession game, and that's at least a field goal that just vanished with that turnover. Now, pressure's on defensively to prevent that pick from turning into points for the other side.
On play action, Fields out to his left. And he just
Man, that
gets rid of it.
Seahawks defense on it.
A wise move there. Looked like nobody open. Now 2nd down. You know, during these preseason games, we're in week 2 right now. It's always funny looking at our spot charts up here in the booth, because with all the guys that might play in this one,
Come on,
it seems
Mooney.
to get bigger and bigger.
Let's make
each
some
year.
noise, baby.
We pretty much supersize them, don't we? Because you know, remember, they're carrying 90 now, and with the new rules, they'll carry 90 all the way through the preseason before they make the final cut. Oh yeah, a lot of guys to learn for these games.
The threat of a 2nd straight punt to start the game is looming as they come up 3rd and 10. Fields now to throw. Man open, that's Byron Pringle, complete. And he will have the Bears first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And that's a much-needed completion right there on 3rd down. Really a sigh of relief, isn't it? They're backed up deep. You know they don't want to give the ball back to the other guys. A great field position. They needed that throw, that completion, that first down.
And he'll be tackled at the 23 after a gain of 3.
Not a lot of running room there, not a place to make a cut and kind of exit out, because they had everything bottled up. Looked to me like the linemen were taking on their blocks really well and giving up no creases.
And this will go as a gain of 7 as he gets it to the 30-yard line.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play, because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives them a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. Move the chains, a gain of 7 on 3rd down.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. They'll keep pounding here with Montgomery. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up.
End result of that one, a nice 4-yard gain, so you can use that to set up your play-action game, or you can come right back and continue to run the football because as an offensive play caller, you're on schedule and feeling pretty good about your next couple of calls.
From the 41, Fields. And this one incomplete.
Come on, baby.
Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
And they'll be in search of 6 yards here on 3rd down. This is now the 9th play of the drive. Fields. And this is taken in by Darnell Mooney. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks 42. First catch for the Bears' leading receiver from a year ago. It's a Chicago 1st down.
That's a play that'll likely be forgotten when you talk about big moments in this game. But plays like this are critical to keep drives going. And if points result, we'll call this play significant.
Fields throw there, complete to Mooney. And he's going to get this.
Good job, Mooney.
To 30. Give him back-to-back catches now. That one for 16 and another 1st down. Going up the gun, Montgomery. And he can only manage to get a couple.
Man, their defense is stiff, man. They're good.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground, but I think the play gets made by the defensive front because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
Eluding the pressure right. Looking right sideline, that's complete. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. Already, he's top 50 receiving yards in this 1st quarter, and he's got a 1st down.
That's a big league job there of getting out of the pocket, not panicking, and just buying himself some time. Then he made a accurate throw to set up 1st and goal.
They'll run with Montgomery, and he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Bears. David Montgomery, a 5-yard touchdown run. And the Bears go coast to coast and finish the drive off with 6 points. So, partner, it was a passing game that drove them down the field, but when they get close, they trust that man in the backfield, and he took them home.
And
good job, buddy. Good job, Montgomery.
As well, because so many of these units, they specialize in either pass protection or run blocking. This group shows its versatility.
Good job.
Done on this drive.
Cairo Santos on to try the extra point. It's up and good. So these teams match touchdowns here in the 1st quarter, and we're tied 7-7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Seattle now ready to march onto the field.
All right, boys, let's get some picks. Let's get some turnovers, baby. Let's go.
Moving the football down the field looked like they were going to have a sustained drive that ended in points, but then the pick ensued.
And because of that, there's no way you can call the last drive a success. Yes, there are things to build on because they found play calls at work. Now, they've got to build another drive and find a way to avoid the turnover the plague did on the last one.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating a defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
This is Carson, and he is going to
good job, Roquan Smith, baby. Good job.
Loss of 3, and now a much tougher 3rd down looming.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the 1st half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
In the backfield, baby. We like to see that in the backfield.
Not an easy spot here. They'll be in search of 13 yards to try to pick up the 1st. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball.
His Metcalf is his go-to guy.
Scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. On 4th down, ready to punt, Michael Dixon. The speedster Dante Pettis back deep to return.
Come on, Pettis. Let's go, baby.
Gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. This is taken at the 15. They'll call that a punt of 59 yards. Tough to do better than that. And the Bears take over. And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field.
Well, certainly they'd rather have the scenario they had last time out, Charles. Remember, they had the short field. They took it in the end zone. Now this is going to have to be a longer, more sustained drive if they want to get points.
Yeah, a little bit more of a quick strike opportunity last time by where they were on the field, and you're exactly right about that. But now, backed up a little bit. What's that old expression we love to use? Time to matriculate the ball down the field and try and do it again.
First down, here's the run with Montgomery.
Good job, baby. Good job.
Short of the 45 at the 44. That's a 12-yard gain now on back-to-back plays. These two teams all tied after one. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Again, they'll go ground with Montgomery to about the 48-yard line.
Ground and pound, baby.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
I figured I would get like 7. Maybe this drive.
On second down, Montgomery. And he's up across midfield
3.
and down into Seattle territory. 3 yards is half of what they needed. Now can they get the other 3 here on third down?
Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
Fields on third down. Buying time to his left. He'll get that complete to his tight end, Cole Kmet.
Good job, Kmet.
The Bears first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
Normally on third down and short yardage, you're thinking of throwing to your tight end. It's just going to be a simple chain mover. But this time they let him roam down the field, and a nice dart picks up the first down and then some.
So they'll come up first and 10 now from the 33. They'll try the middle with Montgomery. And he'll manage to pick up about 4 at second down.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown. So a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now. Hopefully get to the perimeter later. And let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on first down.
And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line. Up the middle, it's Montgomery. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up second and 5.
Hey, when you get good yardage like that on first down, it really does a whole lot of good for your entire offense. But I love the way he's finishing those runs. At the end of things, he's making sure he gets just a little bit extra.
And off comes to Montgomery. And now they're inside the 10.
First down.
Down at the 9. 68 yards for him on the ground so far tonight as he has been terrific in this first half.
Partner, there are strong running plays, and then there are plays where you simply outclass the defense, and we saw the latter there. They ran straight up the heart of that front for an excellent gain and first down. Simply put, you've got to put up more of a fight defending the middle. Otherwise, this is going to be a long game.
Now Montgomery running right.
Man.
And he is going to lose yardage here. A loss of 2 there. Second down.
I think we got to give it up for him right there. That's a heck of an athletic move for a big man right in the middle of the line. How about the play he makes there? Nowhere to run, and he finishes that one off for a loss.
second and goal. Fields flushed out right.
Had to get rid of it.
And he whips that one incomplete there. As we thought they might do here in week 2 of the preseason, they've left their starting quarterback out there for this second quarter, but I would imagine we will not see him after halftime.
Yeah, this is the time of year you've got to get your backup some reps and make sure you protect your starting quarterback.
And he's got his man in stride, complete. That pass
Fourth and
play
goal.
good for 7, but it still brings up a 4th and goal.
Let's just break this down and make it pretty simple. Key to the drag route, letting the play develop, finding the hole in the defense, and giving your athlete, yes, athlete, a chance to make something happen once he has the ball in his hands.
So a long drive gets him down inside the 5, but ultimately they settle for just the field goal.
And I have to think that if maybe they were a yard closer, that would have made their decision tougher, and I think they likely would have gone for it. But in this situation, they just decided to take the 3, and I think it was a smart move.
And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
Good job,
And
Smith.
the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down. Another example right there how this defense really is winning the entire game at the point of attack.
Yeah, right there at the line of scrimmage, because they are dominating it. It allows their interior guys to get upfield and spill into the backfield. So how are you going to combat that? You know, because they bring in your tight end, keep him in. Your running backs, they have to step forward. Bottom line, the offensive line has to block them first to give yourself a chance.
That one good for 14 and a Seahawk first.
For a lot of guys playing this game, there's no better feeling than running right through a tackle. He's able to lower his center of gravity and churn his legs for a really nice pickup.
Locke's throw into
Good
the
catch.
hands of Lockett. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down.
You always worry about those smaller receivers running through that gnarly patch of land in the middle of the field. But he did a really nice job there holding on to the football and protecting
boys, get him.
himself as best he could while completing the play.
He's able to force his way through one man, but he can muster only about a yard on the play. 2nd down. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Locke going to throw. That's into the hands of his tight end, Will Dissly. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Bears' 23. 15 yards there on the catch and run. They run it with Carson. And able to work his way down to the 16. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball. But when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
Locke's throw caught here.
Hit him hard. Come on, boys. Get back,
The
calf.
Seahawks are going to have a 1st and goal as the tackle made at the 10-yard line.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
Locke now on first down. This will be caught at about the 5. A gain of 7 that time. 2nd goal.
Man, that dang defensive line can't get there. We need bring Hicks back, baby. Bring Hicks back. And Matt.
Not much run after catch, but it worked really well.
From the 2 now. 2nd and goal. Throwing now is Locke. Touchdown, Seahawks. Marquise Goodwin, a 2-yard touchdown grab. And the Seahawks have retaken the lead.
The ball game.
That's just how they drew it up, CD. His first read was there, got it to him quickly, and into the end zone.
Absolutely excellent execution by all involved. And the coordinator, gotta give him credit, found the perfect play call. The quarterback let it fly as soon as the target came free.
6 for 6.
Made a nice catch. Just how you draw it up in practice and then execute it in the game.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. See David Montgomery heading back out to begin the drive. They're behind in the first half here, CD, but it's not through any fault of their running back. He's had a strong start to this one.
And you're right about that, partner, because watching him play,
Mooney.
think that his
Come on,
team
baby.
is in the lead. He has been a lot of fun in this contest. Now let's see if they can actually make something happen and put more points on the board behind his efforts.
Yeah, I'm curious to see, Charles, if they can play complementary football and get that passing game going as well. And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's second down. And here's Fields. Got an open man. It's Pringle. And they're able to get this one across the 35. A gain there of 12 yards and a first down for the Bears.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
A give. This is Montgomery. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there of holding the point.
And that's caught inside the 35. And he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30. It'll go as an impressive 31-yard gain.
Well, he's certainly trying to earn his way into some more looks in the offense once the regular season heats up. If he continues to make plays like that, I think QB1 will look his way a little more often once the regular season begins.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. They'll fake the handoff. Now Fields rolling to his left. And that is caught. Touchdown, Bears. Byron Pringle, 31 yards. And the Bears are in for 6. Well, he scrambled outside of the pocket, wondered what was going to happen there. He fired a dart. That's what happened.
He certainly did. Scrambled left, looked left, and then left it in the receiver's hands with some dispatch.
In the receiver's hands, in the end zone for the score.
That's what we like to see, y'all.
Now the point after try for Santos. It's good, and they'll take a 17-14 lead. That time, 75-yard drive, 5 plays. And the end result is a Bears touchdown.
All right, all right.
Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away.
Sorry, guys, I'm laser focused.
This fielded right at the goal line. This near the 25, just a little pass there.
I wish he would have dropped that ball.
Drew Lock and the Seahawks offense.
Lock's a beast. He's doing good.
And the numbers for the
6 for 6.
drive, and he was perfect, which maybe isn't surprising.
He's doing good.
He's not missed a pass in this game yet.
And it lets you know just how precise things have to be for a quarterback to be perfect, because that means the line's blocking really well.
Good job, Smith.
No one's dropping any of the passes thrown to them, and the quarterback is accurate. It's almost like a pitcher throwing a no-hitter or a perfect game, isn't it? He's the principal guy, but he needs a lot of help.
Time to find out if he can keep that perfect game going here, partner. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. On the delay, here's Carson. A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
The Seahawks on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. They look to throw. It's Locke. Pressure, and he's taken down.
Good job, defense. Go. Is that Quinn?
Robert Quinn coming in to drop him for a loss of 8, and it also brings up
Good job,
4th.
baby. Good job.
That's what they have to do more of defensively, not just getting sacks, but they have to keep getting in his face, not let him get his feet set and deliver. He's been carving them up previously.
Yeah, already has a couple of touchdown passes. About time they put a few grass stains on that jersey.
Good job, baby. Good job.
Here's Michael Dixon now to punt.
Come on, Pettis. I don't know who you are, but
He
they say you're
steps into
speedy,
this
so
one,
let's see.
and this is a rocket. Here comes Pettis on the return. 1:54 left on the clock here in quarter number 2. A reminder coming up here at halftime. We'll ship you off to Orlando. Jonathan Coachman will have first half highlights and analysis from a back and forth first half that we've seen. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. The offense running out, and they are charged up, ready to go after reaching the end zone on their last drive.
And normally I'd warn against getting complacent just because they scored the last time out. But I don't think there's any worries with this group right now. This is a hungry group, and they want to keep building off of their last drive. Now they just want the officials to hurry up and place the ball so they can snap it and get back to work.
I love this play, though.
Off play action. Fields on the move to his left. He's got a man complete. Yeah, he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. 33 yards that time.
We see this happen so often. If you're a defender, it's like watching a bad movie over and over. The pressure's good, forcing the quarterback
What's up,
out of the
Big?
pocket. But it's a lot to ask for these defenders to stay plastered to receivers long enough. And sure enough, they let a man go, and the connection leads
Yeah,
to a
wrong
big
sport,
play.
my guy.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down
For
40 now
free
for
throw.
1st and 10.
What's up, man? Well, good afternoon. How you doing, sir? Good afternoon, my guy.
Now Montgomery. And nothing much materialized.
I want to try to get in end zone before they take Fields out.
That's it.
He's in the preseason. He's going to be going out of the game soon. I want to at least
That
have.
changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. 2nd and 8. Now he's got to probably think about going to the air instead of maybe staying with the ground game.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
It's different. It really is different. The opponents are a lot better. Better than 22, I believe, of what I can experience from it.
A play fake. Now Fields to throw. Got his man, and it's caught for a Chicago touchdown. Darnell Mooney.
Nice. Hater.
35 yards. And the Bears will extend their lead in the final minute of the half.
And that's
That was
certainly
nice.
an important score right there because they gave themselves a 2-score cushion heading towards halftime. Now you got to force the other team out of their comfort zone, and it changes the way you approach the second half as well.
Mooney,
Now you have to
baby,
do things
and
on offense,
Fields.
And your defense feels much better too, having that lead.
Nice.
Santos now to add the PAT.
It's not so bad. It still seems like 22, but like the opponents are a lot better. The gaps close quicker. It's 22 for like the speed was like undermatched. I guess now it feels like these guys are like they can keep up the speed, especially middle linebackers, and they're on it. The lines feel stiff. It's hard to get through. It's all about X's and O's, man.
Now after the touchdown here, Santos.
But you'll see once you load up, you'll see a difference in it.
Fields it right around the goal line. Well, now how about this?
Well, let him run it all the way back then.
And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard.
We get the ball back anyway, so if we can hold them here, get a pick, be great.
In this first half. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys.
Get him, boys, get him, get him, boys, get him. You give him all the time in the world to throw it. Get your, get down, boy. Metcalf.
Our Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number 1.
I played sloppy with the second string yesterday, and I'm dreading the second string to come in because not too good with them. I was up 21-7 with Fields and then with 3 touchdowns, and then the second string came in and lost 50-something to 20-something. Like, whoa. But it's just preseason. We're just getting used to it. The flow of the game, a lot of new guys on the team that I'm aware of. No more Mack on defense, no more Hicks on defense, no more Robinson on my offensive go-to guy.
And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout.
He's going to try a field goal.
So with 1 second left,
I'm going to see if I can return it.
Is the field goal unit.
50 yards. But on here, they can make 50 yards.
He's got the distance, but it's no good. Wide to the right. So
we get the ball back, baby.
Here in a 10-point game, as we'll send you eastward to Orlando, standing by with that EA Sports halftime report.
I'll let you guys watch the halftime show. I'll be right back.
Take it away, Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thank you very much. We'll get back to you and Charles in just a minute. Week 2 of the preseason is upon us. Each team now with just one more game after this one, and then we will get it all started as we normally do on the first Thursday after Labor Day. In our game, still a lot to keep an eye on. Guys battling, trying to make a ball club. We'll send it back to 2 guys already on our team. That's Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back
All right,
for quarter number 3.
All right.
Expect to see a good number of backups going forward as we are back and underway here in preseason week 2.
Fair catch. All right, here comes a new team, I think.
Offense set to go
Yep.
to begin the third quarter.
Oh, boy. We're going to try to get the W. I'm not too good with the second string team. Starters, I'm getting pretty good at, but we gotta get this win with these guys, too. So we got Herbert from last year. A lot of new faces, so let's go. I'm just not...
For me, it's really nice to see some of these teams keeping the ground game as a big component of their offense, and it's working pretty well for them now. And let's face it, they can continue to do.
We're up. Let's just milk it. Run it until they stop it.
Give them 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Excuse me. Hey, Wicked, how you doing, Miss Wicked? Just, balling up a little bit. There you go, Herbert. Yeah, Herbert's a beast. He's a good, if Montgomery goes down, he's a workhorse as well.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this.
How are you? Nice to see you.
This is ball control football, sustained runs.
Oh, man, it's Dre. What's up, Dre? Oh, I'm doing well. I'm doing blessed. Just doing my thing. Sticking it up a little bit, nickel and diming it down the field, trying to get a W. Yesterday, done great with the first starters. 21-7 up with the starters, and this team comes in and I lose 54-21. So I'm going to try to play it smart. We're up. Let's keep it up. Let's milk it. Dre, where you been at, man? Haven't seen you in a hot minute.
Oh, he's got a little daylight. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works.
I heard that, man. I'm glad, man. Nice to see you. Nice to see you.
That one for 14 yards and another first. All right, I got to ask you, with these RPOs, essentially the quarterback has 3 options, right? So what's different from that versus the triple option that we see the service academies run at the college level?
As a general rule, the triple option at the college
I'm going to run it until they stop it.
Most things are called.
Oh, he's bringing that blitz, so.
Faking it to the runner and then
No, he's going back. He's going back.
He's going back. In the NFL, that option to throw the football all comes about organically. It's a natural deal based on reads.
Come on,
In
come on,
college,
Herbert.
if you're going to throw the football off a triple option, you've actually called that play.
And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run.
Making my money. I got Cash App.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run pass option.
You get the sense that next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes his back a little bit of an apology on that one, huh?
On 2nd down, a run with
First
Herbert.
down, right?
And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. 7
Keep
yards
running till they
there,
stop it.
First down. They'll run on first down with us. And he is going to lose yardage here.
All right, let's throw a little bit.
There, and it's 2nd and 11.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends.
Herbert's a
extra
pretty good
beat.
back,
They wanna
so-
run the football, but that means they probably
But
wanna
I
run
think
it inside.
they're gonna substitute
If
the
you
other
get
guy.
strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw
Ebner.
the result.
Let's
Negative
try Ebner.
yardage.
He's new, I guess. But we got the big star over there, so. But we got A also.
Now it's the backup Simeon. This one complete to the tight end O'Shaughnessy. And
First
that'll
down.
wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks 23. Mark that down as a pickup of 13, and the Bears have the first.
Looked like the screen pass was taken away there, and that was a nice job of improvising, but it's not normal. Usually when the screen pass is taken away, you're taught to just throw the ball at the ground at the feet of the receiver so that you don't get it intercepted and just start over, but he ended up finding another receiver.
And he'll get what he can up the middle, 3 yards. That'll be on 2nd down.
He's had success on this drive, but not on this play.
Finally, they bowed up defensively. I think they were determined not to let him take it pretty much all the way down the field.
Yeah, it looks like they handled their run responsibilities correctly this time. What we call them run fits, everyone was in the right place.
2nd and 7 from the 20.
2nd and 7.
Herbert once more.
Go, baby.
And he's going to get this pretty close to a first
30
down
inches,
as
that's
the
good.
tackle is made at the Seahawks 14. 49 yards rushing for him now in the ball game. Well, lots of praise on this drive, obviously. I know you're seeing what
Stack 'em
I'm
up,
seeing. Those
boys.
guys up front, they're getting it
Stack
done.
them up.
Doesn't matter what play is called, they are handling their business at the line of scrimmage and dominating right
That
now.
better not be false start on me.
Now they nab the rookie there for the 5-yard penalty.
So much
Come on,
going through his
man.
head. You know it just has to be, right? All of his assignments and realizing every game he plays, one of the better players in the league will be opposite him.
This red zone is where the Seahawk crowd really makes it tough for an offense to communicate. It's 3rd down.
Loud.
Simeon now to throw. Steps away to his left. And that is caught. Touchdown, Bears. James O'Shaughnessy from 19 yards away. And the Bears take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to
Yes,
extend
baby.
their lead.
That
In
drive
there.
really increased their cushion. Felt very military to me. Very precise, methodical. That's one of the words you've taught me. And they just got it done.
And slowly
Yes,
but surely
sir.
now starting to pull away a little bit. Things looking good for them here in the 3rd quarter.
Not only pulling away.
Yeah, that's
but
everyday
just
life, man.
slowly but
Gotta
surely,
put your blinders
also
on, man.
drain
Keep
clock,
grinding.
too, with
Yep.
a drive like that. So you really give yourself an advantage.
But I'm glad you guys are doing all right. Thank you guys so much for
Santos
tuning
able
in.
to tack on the extra point, and that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. Taken at the goal line. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25.
And it's awesome too, where if you tackle them and they don't touch the ground, they can still get up and run. So it's I like that part of it.
Seahawks offense has in store with their first possession of the second half.
I like that. But I've seen people post some glitches. I haven't had no glitches yet that I'm aware of.
Look on the first play of the drive. They'll start on the ground. It's Rashad Penny. And he's taken down, but able to...
Good job, 3-7.
First down yardage on the first play of the drive. Give him 14. Although his reputation as a speedy runner precedes him, it's always fun to watch him work.
It is eye-opening, isn't it? Because when you see him get the ball and just go, in addition to that speed, it helps out his blockers. They don't have to hold blocks for long because he's just going to speed right past them.
He'll take it past the 40.
Good job, 2-9.
Second down.
Well, from an offensive perspective, that was a tough run because he only picked up 3 yards. But let's flip it over to the defensive side. They now have the advantage. 3 3-yard gains. That means they're punting the ball likely on 4th down. That's what you're looking for when you're playing defense.
From the 41, Eason. That one taken in by Dwayne.
Oh, he jumped right over me. That was nice. Come on, baby. Stop him.
Just before the 35. 22 yards on the
3 tight ends.
On a first down.
That crossing route is so effective when you hit it just right because you get a guy on the move, and then we see the end result there.
It's a nightmare for the defense. They got a guy with a full head of steam.
Not only does he catch it, but he picks up additional yardage after it.
So into Bear territory now. This is 1st and 10 at the 36. Here's Eason to throw. That's complete to Disley.
Come on, boys.
And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Another good gain. That's now 35 yards combined on those last 2 plays.
I like how they work the tight end on a nice little under route there. And if you're going to give him that much space, he's not going to catch the football. He's going to run away from you a little bit, and that's exactly what he just did there, picking up extra yardage.
Here's a throw over the middle. It's taken in by his tight end. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down.
Just picking up yardage in bunches here these last few plays. They have moved right down the field, and just like that, they're going to be set up with a 1st and goal.
They'll try and run forward with Penny. They'll get this halfway home from the 8 to the 4 on a gain of 4.
This is a critical sequence here for this offense. Things really haven't gone their way so far. This could be their chance to get back into it, but they've got to find a way to punch this ball in.
2nd and goal from inside the 5. Once more, Penny.
Come on, boys.
Take this one in for the Seattle touchdown.
Good job. Good run.
Rashad Penny taking it in from 4 yards out. And the Seahawks get a bit closer. Myers connects on the PAT, and the lead is trimmed down to 10. So the drive winds up going 75 yards in 7 plays. And it's finished off by a Rashad Penny touchdown run. Some might have returned that one. He won't. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start the drive from the 25. And now this offense comes back out onto the field. This now a 10-point game, so things tightening a little bit after that last score. Now Herbert to start the drive.
Good job, Herbert. Good job, baby.
Getting this one up to about the 35. A gain of 10 as they look to add on to this 10-point lead. Seemed like a couple sets of eyes were on the quarterback, so he decided, hey, I'm going to hand this off. Got a good gain out of it.
And you know you need good blocking up front in order to gain yardage, but every one of these RPOs, if you do it right and they look the same, whether it's handed off inside or the quarterback keeps it, that allows you to fool the defense so often. And in this case, fooled him with the inside run.
Knifes his way forward here, but just 3 yards on the play. 2nd down.
Look, all any running back wants is a little bit of room, a little bit of space in order to maneuver. But he also understands how difficult it is for his offensive line up front. So if they give him any space,
I think his name is Simeon. I don't know. He's not as fast as Fields is, so I don't know if I can get this play off the way I have been with Fields. We're going to try, though.
Off of play action, Simeon rolling to his
nope.
right. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's 3rd down.
Oh, I saw this one with defensive eyes because even as he escaped the pocket and bought time, the coverage stayed tight. Nothing broke down. Throwing it away, that was his only option.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. Simeon. That's complete to his running back, Herbert. And boy, he is very close to a first
We're going
down.
for it anyways.
The way they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and that'll bring up 4th down.
Hopefully they don't jump this time. We'll be back at 4th and 5 instead of 4th and inches.
Needing the tough yards, they run it with their fullback. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or 2 shy of the 40. They only needed a few inches, but still some anxious moments there, but they do convert on 4th. In lieu of the sneak on 4th and inches, they just say, give it to the big man to the backfield.
Yeah, fullback no less. Not many of those left in the NFL, but for those that have one, perfect time to use them, perfect time to get it done.
So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. Now Simeon. To the right side, and he's got Moore complete.
Good job, Moore.
Go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. A handoff for Herbert. And he's
first down.
Pretty close to a
What?
first down as the tackle is made at the
He knocked me over the first down line.
33. This will be the
That should have been a first down.
But it's 3rd and inches. They'll try and run for it with Evans. And he's able to pick up the first before he's taken down at the 27. Give him 6 yards, and they do convert on 3rd.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. They'll go right back to Evans here on 1st down. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. A gain there of 12 yards and a first down for the Bears.
Partner, if you want more carries, I think we saw how you get them. Showed that he's got the fresh legs, and he picked up the first down on that run. Don't just ask for it.
Yeah, baby,
Show
good
him
job.
that you're supposed to get the football.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. Here's a give to Herbert.
Good job, baby, Herbert.
And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. 78 yards for him on the ground now. He has been a tough man to bring down all night.
Well, this has been a long drive. In fact, it's eaten up a good chunk of the 3rd quarter, which is precisely what you want when you're playing with the lead. You control the football, you control the clock, and impose your will on the defense.
Now it's Simeon. Got his man, and it's caught for a Chicago touchdown.
That's what I'm talking about.
From 4 yards out, and the Bears are in for 6. There was no going through the progressions on that touchdown pass.
I knew who I was going to.
Necessary. His receiver won that route early, presented himself.
That's
no
why I threw
reason
it.
to wait. Go ahead and put it on him and score a touchdown.
Now the point after try for Santos. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. A pretty long drive that time.
Lovely.
11 plays all told. And it culminates in a touchdown for Chicago.
All right, all right.
Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. Taking it about the 1.
Hit him.
And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line.
I like to milk that clock, I do.
And Seattle now ready to march out of the field.
I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now they'll run it again with Penny. And he is going to lose yardage here. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
You've got to figure the further they fall behind, the more you think that they'll get away from the run. They're trying to stick with it, but the results, they just aren't there.
Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss.
Eason sets to throw it. That one to Swain, complete.
He's going to be out of bounds on what's going to wind up being the final play of quarter number 3. 1 quarter remains here in this Thursday night matchup, and that'll do it for the end of the 3rd quarter. You're watching preseason football on EA Sports. The Seahawks on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This will be 3rd and 6.
Now Eason.
Nice, mine, baby. Good job, baby. Good job. Yes. Take it to the house.
And they will score a pick 6 for a Bears touchdown.
Brookshank, or whatever his name is. That was nice.
That one might put this game out of reach, CD.
I certainly agree with that, partner, and I know one thing, though. That team that just got the pick 6, they're going to keep playing until this one's over. Better be careful.
Dang right.
They're looking to get another
We ain't gonna stop until the whistle blows.
Santos now to add the PAT.
We're taking this W to Chicago, baby.
And the lead is now 24. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick 6.
Good job, baby. Good job.
So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Here come the Seahawks now, set to take over on offense.
And that last
we got the momentum here in Seattle, baby.
As they now face a 3-score deficit in the 4th quarter, they need points quickly.
Throwing after the interception. Eason, they set up the screen to Penny. And he's going to be out up around the 45.
I almost had that quarterback.
An ideal beginning of the drive there as they'll get 20 and a 1st down.
Well, they certainly had their share.
It's all right. It's all right.
On this one, but this play is almost an extension of the running game right here. They set up the screen, let him work out in space on the perimeter, and he turns it into a big pickup.
On 1st down, Jacob Eason.
Now they go screen. It's complete.
He's working those screens. That's all he has.
47-yard line.
And good yardage there on 1st down, because sometimes all you need to do on the screen is get one key block. That might set your man free, and that was pretty good pursuit to the football defensively, or it could have gone for more.
To throw again on 2nd down.
Eason. And that's complete to Swain.
And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. The Seahawks moving pretty well through the air. Another 1st down.
From the gun is Eason. He'll get this out wide to Penny.
And he gets it down a yard or 2 shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds.
Looking to throw again on second.
Oh, that was quick, man.
And he gets this one
I could have had it picked if I would have just paid attention on that player over there.
That one good for 20 on the catch and run. Now we're 1st and 10 at the 11. Eason. Looking left side, he's got it. Complete.
I keep missing my tackles.
That's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll leave him with a second and just a few inches left.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender.
And
he got in.
Touchdown, Seattle.
Good job, Seattle.
Rashad Penny ready for the regular season with his 2nd touchdown of the game. And the Seahawks are able to make some inroads here to that deficit. Eason going to drop the throw for it. He's got it. So they convert to 2. That keeps their slim hopes alive as we're back to a 2-score game. Well, it's still an uphill battle from here, that's for sure, but that makes it a 2-score game.
And now we see why teams practice so much on the 2-point conversion, why you have more than one play ready, because you may need multiples throughout a ball game. Here's a great example right there.
Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. This game was really a tussle, seemed like just a moment ago, and now they've got the momentum. A couple of scores on their last pair of drives, and a 2-score lead. I think here now you go conservative, right? Run the football.
Good job, Herbert.
You know, I usually agree with you.
Keep it going.
After him right here.
Really?
Put this bad boy away. I wouldn't be afraid to throw it. They've got all the confidence, all the momentum on their side. Go ahead and take your dagger shots and try and finish this one off.
I disagree vehemently. I say run the football.
Run the football, baby. Got the lead.
Find out who's right.
Right back to him on 1st down. He'll work his way up the middle for a gain of about 4 on 2nd down. And I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
And he'll go out of bounds. It appears right at the 45. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the 1st down. On 3rd down, Herbert.
Good job, Herbert.
Taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 104 yards on the ground for him now as he has gotten better, really, as the night's gone on. No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the 4th quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point.
Oh, come on. That was too late. I should do that way. I should do that way earlier.
Taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
And he will have the Bears 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Looked like the defense put pretty good pressure on him, but he's able to flush out to his right to try and evade people. On the run, had to get on his horse. Still accurate.
That cut, though, that cut was it. That cut was it. It cut him in half and gave him a little bit more space to get a 1st down. That was really nice.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Take your time, boys. Get your breath. Breathe.
Up the middle they go. Herbert And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. Mark that down as a pickup of 13, and the Bears have the first.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with, and throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a first down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
Ah! I know. That's on me.
So they accept the penalty, of course, and push the offense backwards a bit. Now they need 15 yards on this series after the delay of game. 1st and 15. They'll keep it on the ground. Herbert down to the 25.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Now on 2nd and 13. Simeon. He's just going to dump this one off to his fullback out of the backfield. And he's brought down here just outside of the 20. In search of 8 yards on 3rd down. They've already converted 2 of these on this drive, 2 for 2. Here's Simeon. He's got a man. It's his fullback. And he'll be out of bounds, taking it just shy of the 10 at the 11 or the 12. They get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues. On 1st down, Herbert, and able to get him.
Good job, man.
5 here, just inside the 5 to about the 4. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. Now a handoff up the middle. Herbert
Touchdown.
will be brought down right
Come
at the
on.
goal line at about the 1-yard line. 4 yards on the play. That's going
Come
to
on.
lead to 1st and goal. How about this
Herbert, that's gonna be
offensive
yours,
line?
bro.
They're starting to
Oh,
establish
21's in.
themselves take over this game.
And before the series began, I know exactly what was said in the defensive huddle. Guys, we got to get no less than a 3 and out. Let's get off the field.
Oh my goodness, no.
Maybe
No.
the turning point they need.
No.
And the Seahawks are
No.
right back in this football
I got
game.
cocky. I got cocky with it.
That is the play they needed.
Man, no.
No
Ah.
doubt about it. They did what they had to do to give themselves a chance to get back into the game.
Oh man, I got cocky with it.
They are now in charge.
Now they need to execute.
They knew where I was going. That's what side I go to.
They begin with a run by Penny. And not much there at all.
You got a lot of field to cover in 4 minutes, big guy.
16-yard line. Just a yard on the
I need a
pickup
pick
there,
6
it'll bring up a
to
2nd
redeem
and
myself.
9. Throwing is Eason. And he finds Penny. So the screen good for only 2. Now it's 3rd down.
I thought that wasn't a bad time to call the screen. I thought late game, down on the scoreboard, had to figure they were expecting a
Man, oh
downfield.
man.
Yeah, so the edge rushers, they're coming. That could have hit big. You're right. Good recognition defensively to snuff that one out. The offense on 3rd down tonight, just 1 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 7. Looking to throw. Eason. And that is incomplete.
Give him big credit for his coverage right there because when he saw the route break deep, he stayed in position to prevent a completion while avoiding any risk of a flag.
They're going on 4th down. Here's Eason.
Yes!
One, and that's going to be intercepted. And they will score a pick 6 for a Bears touchdown.
Good job, baby.
Little choice, Charles, but to go for it right there, and that pick 6 will be the icing on the cake.
Yeah, you don't know how many more possessions you're going to get, so really, you're almost at the point of no options. Have to go for it. Bottom line, though, is
that's it, baby.
that
51.
well.
That's it, baby.
Right
way to bounce back after that home preseason loss.
Santos with the extra point, and that pushes the lead up to 23. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown.
Yes.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Seattle now ready to march onto the field. Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made.
Good job, 9-1.
Did not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
Robinson, good job.
So after the sack, a scenario you certainly don't work on too often. 2nd and 24. Back to throw. Eason. He'll find Eskridge here complete. A big gain there after going backwards, and that'll lead to a 3rd down.
And that was yardage that they needed there after the sack on 1st down. They didn't get all of it back.
2-minute warning, baby.
3rd down as a manageable situation, one that they have a much better chance of picking up.
So it's Seahawk football as we march toward a conclusion. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the 1st down. Eason going to throw it out of the shotgun. Looking middle, and that's complete. And he is going to have a Seahawks 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Short throw to Disley, and he'll be taken.
Good job, 2-9.
Before they work this to the 45. From the 45 on 2nd down. Eason. Oh, he put it on the card.
Yes, baby, go.
And they will set up shop at their own 41.
We're on it, boys. We're on it.
No coach or team's ever happy when someone has a turnover, but if there's ever a good time to do it,
Preseason.
yeah, right now, you know that come regular season, he's going to be ready to go, and maybe he'll remember, yeah, I don't want to do this when it comes time for the games to count.
Starting on the ground with Herbert, and he'll push this forward only to about the 42-yard line. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
Come on, Moore. Let's take this pay dirt, baby. Let's go.
Now it looks like he'll throw here. He'll buy some time right. And this one is incomplete.
I think it's fairly safe to call this game over, but they're still trying to bomb it downfield and add to their lead. Almost makes you start to feel for the defense and root for them a little bit too.
On 3rd down, Herbert. And
Good job, Herbert.
across midfield and just shy of the 40. 16 yards is the pickup there and a 1st down for Chicago. They'll keep it on the ground. Herbert, and he's going to be down at the 35. Gain of 7. Now a final chance to stop it here as a timeout comes in with 10 seconds left in the game.
I know that every now and then we get in those meetings with coaches, and you almost want to roll your eyes when they talk about staying on schedule when they're moving the football. But would you say a 7-yard run is ahead of schedule?
Fourth quarter with a lead, you love that, don't you?
No doubt about it, because staying on schedule is trying to get 4 downs on first down. They did that, +3.
And this is right down the middle as he puts it through, and that will extend their lead even further. Well, ultimately, not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never
That's
let
what I'm
him on
talking
the
about.
gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
All right, guys, 6 seconds to go. We got a loss yesterday in Chicago. We came to Seattle. We excelled in all phases of the game. I'm happy with it. And we're going to bring that W to Chicago.
SEAHAWKS offense. This is just an exercise in futility. Do you even bother running a play here offensively?
I wouldn't, because now is not going to erase what's happened during the game. So after it's over, you're going to go to the field.
Thank you guys so much. As you guys seen, we're one-on-one for the preseason. Just getting warmed up, man. First string, second string, we dominated. Fields and Simeon, we done good and stuff like that. So, guys, thank you guys so much for tuning in. Until next time, I'll be back later with some Coastal Bay State role play. Until next time, everybody, thank you so much, everybody, stopping in, taking a look. Much love from the David L. Gaming family. Until next time, thanks, David L.